You've probably seen this building 1,000 times, right? It's the Taj Mahal, an icon of India, a symbol of eternal love, all carved from shining white marble. But behind that perfect symmetry, there's a pretty intense story of devotion, of heartbreak, and an obsession that just about bankrupted an entire empire.
Okay, so let's get right into it. Because the Taj Mahal is way more than just a pretty face. It's an absolute masterpiece of engineering, and it's packed with secrets and these incredible tricks that were honestly centuries ahead of their time.
So, that's the big question, isn't it? How on earth, almost 400 years ago, without any modern tools, no concrete, no steel, how did they build something this perfect, this massive, on the soft banks of a river? The answer is, well, it's nothing short of brilliant.
First, let's just try to wrap our heads around the scale. We're talking about an army of 20,000 people. Laborers, artists, sculptors, craftsmen, all brought in from every corner of the empire. It was one of the biggest construction projects of its time, period.
And this wasn't some quick job. Get this. The whole thing took 22 years of non-stop work to complete. 22 years. For a lot of those 20,000 people, building the Taj Mahal was literally their life's work.
And the price tag? In today's money, it's estimated to be over $1 billion. Yeah, a billion with a B. The emperor, Shah Jahan, spared absolutely no expense. He just poured the entire royal treasury into making it happen.
Okay, now for the really cool stuff. The mind games the architects played. As you walk through the main gate, the Taj looks enormous, like it's right there filling the entire archway. But then, as you get closer, something weird happens. It actually seems to get smaller, to move further away. It's a completely deliberate optical illusion, designed to just inspire total awe.
And the genius just keeps going. See those four towers, the minarets at the corners? They're not perfectly straight. They're actually leaning just a tiny bit outwards. And this does two things. First, from the ground, it tricks your eyes into seeing them as perfectly straight. But second, and this is incredible, in case of an earthquake, they were designed to fall away from the main tomb, protecting it from getting crushed. Just unbelievable foresight.
So why? Why go through all this trouble, all this expense? This wasn't just about power or showing off. At the very heart of this incredible structure is a love story.
And here's how that story began. It all started back in 1607. A young prince named Khurram meets a woman named Mumtaz Mahal. They fall deeply in love. Fast forward to 1628, and that prince is now Shah Jahan, the ruler of the massive Mughal Empire.
Now, Shah Jahan did have other wives, which was common for rulers at the time, but Mumtaz Mahal, she was different. She was his true love, his absolute favorite, and his most trusted advisor. She wasn't just his wife, she was his partner in everything.
But this incredible partnership, this powerful love story, was about to come to a tragic end. And that tragedy would lead to a vow that would change the world of architecture forever.
In 1631, while giving birth to their 14th child, Mumtaz Mahal died. The loss absolutely shattered Shah Jahan. It's said that he went into mourning for years and that his hair turned completely white from the grief. On her deathbed, Mumtaz Mahal made one final request. She asked her husband to build her a tomb so beautiful that nothing in the world could ever compare to it. Fulfilling that promise became Shah Jahan's life's mission. Okay, so you've made this epic vow, but how do you actually turn all that grief and love into a physical masterpiece? The engineering challenges were almost as huge as the emperor's love itself. So, challenge number one, and it was a big one, the location. Shah Jahan wanted the Taj right there on the bank of the Yamuna River. The problem? The land was soft, muddy, and unstable. Pretty much the worst place you could think of to build a gigantic, incredibly heavy marble building.
So what did they do? Their solution was just genius. They had workers dig a series of incredibly deep wells, digging and digging, until they finally hit solid, dry ground. Then, they filled those wells with rock and rubble, creating these huge, deeply rooted pillars that formed a brand new, rock-solid foundation for the tomb to sit on. So with the foundation secure, they needed the perfect material. And that iconic white marble, it was brought in from a place called Makrana in Rajasthan, which was over 400 kilometers away.
And this really shows you the emperor's total dedication. Shah Jahan reserved the entire supply of this world-famous marble just for the Taj Mahal. An army of more than 1,000 elephants was used to drag these massive marble blocks all the way to the building site. The decoration itself was just as incredible. The builders used this amazing technique called pietra dura. Think of it like painting with stone. Artists would painstakingly cut tiny pieces of valuable stones, like jade, lapis lazuli, and turquoise, and inlay them perfectly into the marble to create these stunningly detailed designs.
And what's holding all this precious detail together? You might think it's some kind of complex lost formula, but check this out. The glue was surprisingly simple, a special mortar made from shira, which is kind of like molasses, along with some lemon juice and marble powder. A simple recipe, but it's held strong for 400 years.
That special Macrana marble also gave the monument a truly magical quality. You see, it actually changes color depending on the time of day. In the early morning, it can look kind of pinkish. In the afternoon, it's that dazzling, brilliant white we all know. And by sunset, it glows golden. It's almost like the building is alive.
After 22 years, the project was finally done. Shah Jahan had fulfilled his wife's final wish. But the cost, both financially and personally, was absolutely immense.
And in a truly tragic twist, not long after the Taj was finished, Shah Jahan was overthrown and imprisoned by his own son. He spent the last 8 years of his life under house arrest in the nearby Agra fort, and his only comfort was a small window where he could gaze across the river at the magnificent tomb he built for his beloved wife. When he died, he was buried right there beside her.
And so, that leaves us with one final question to think about. Is the Taj Mahal the world's greatest monument to love? Or is it a monument to a grief so deep that it became a tragic, beautiful, and all-consuming obsession?